What kind of woman is your type?
Oh my god, bro.
Two kids gon' die tonight!
Let's go.
We all know that the Battleground game is one of the most favored in Roblox, due to its chaotic and thrilling nature. It all begins with the birth of Soul Shatter. Based on Undertale, this game was quite a big shot in the past, the one that defines the entire Battleground genre. But it was not until the rise of the strongest Battleground that the genre becomes as big as today. Its success led to lots of others following their footsteps. Countless clones of TSB started to pop out of nowhere, but most of them are whack. No identity at all. However, there's one that stands the most unique by having its own tweak in its design. That one is none other than Jujutsu Shenanigans. How did this quirky, janky ass of a game win so many love and attention? Let's dive down in the history of this game, started from its creation to its release, to its state today.
Let's go.
Before we talk about the game, let's talk about the one who made the game. Z, a Roblox developer, aka the Walter White of the Roblox community, but with severe ADHD. Because this dude is real talented with a high standard in his crafts. It's just that this dude is a little bit out of control, because he got the weirdest ideas most of the time, and he cooks the most questionable stuffs, but with the highest quality. Just check these lil animation he made here. Who knows that the dude made this monstrosity, also cooked this cool-ass animation. He's also quite a great figure in the Roblox dev community as well. Some of the best game he participate in are Rogue Demon, a Juge game, Heaven Stand. He also had quite a lot more personal project, like The Fear of Death, which is just a copy of that murder mystery. Yakuza Karaoke. I don't know about this for real, but the best one he put out is, of course, the Jujutsu Shenanigans. So how did it all begin? Well, we need to go back a bit. About 1 year ago.
Let's go.
It was in September 12th, when the first leak of the game came out. The footage shows Destruction Mechanic, which is indeed one of JJS' best-selling points and what makes it special up until today. Zay also said that he will open a test server for the Discord group members. And soon enough, it was opened on September 24th. Back then, it was named Rogue Sorcerer, but the test time was only 10 minutes for some reason. Then after that, it disappeared for quite a while. Until October 21st, when Zay opened the Jujutsu Shenanigans channel, where people can check out the newest update about the game production. After the Jujutsu Shenanigans channel opened, TZ started to show lil leaks about the game mechanic. It was also around these we know that TZ had a plan for our daddy Toji. But up until today, there's no sight of him yet. Other than that, we had the first look of Sukuna's slice skill, which is actually the first leak of the game. He also showed how the domain barrier would looks like, Gojo Hollow Purple, and the first look of the game map. Wait, why there are nothing here? Well, it literally because TZ is too lazy for making the map. Then on November 22nd, it's officially named Jujutsu Shenanigans, the name we all know and familiar with today, along with the first look of domain expansion. After this, there's a few more random additions he made for the game, like the first variants of Gojo Max Blue, and first look of Sukuna Malevolent Kitchen. Then on December 9th, TZ cooked the best mechanic of the game, which is the movement system. Makes the game really unique, because fluid movement is definitely not something those Battleground game would take seriously. After this, he kept polishing stuff and adding some skills change, mostly regarding Itadori skills. Even in the recent update, he did add another variant for Sukuna first skill. This shows his dedication and focus on his crafts. The two skills that added to Itadori at this time were Black Flash, along with some modification. ground slam, and interactions with environment, and some more particle in Sukuna domain. On January 5th, Z cooked some questionable stuff. That's right, the first ever emote in the game, the piano emote, in the same day. It's the minigame emote that later evolved into the game shop we have today. Apart from that wanky shits, here's real good stuff that he added into the game. It's the first form of R special of the game. Started with Itadori Black Flash. Later changed to Feint though. Understandable, cause he already got Black Flash from his skill. And Gojo Teleport Special was added a few days later. He started to add a lot of variant to Gojo's skill with R, so the combo gets more interesting. Apart from that, it's just daily polishing and finishing stuff. The addition Sukuna skills, Open, Fire Arrow. The startup was way faster than what we have nowadays. Rush, which is indeed the best skill of our boy. It was around these time that Tatsei started to change Gojo Max Blue into the spinning ball we all love. But apart from those normal updates, he also do a lot of testing, like a variant of Sukuna Cleave. Looks real cool, but messed up the setting, so the idea didn't came through. It's a shame, though. That was a cold move. Or adding invert color and map flip, just for fun. And don't let me talk about them emotes, just look at this. Bro spent a whole day for them emotes. What a Z move. The biggest thing happened in February is actually the leak of Hikari, with the implement of his domain expansion. And he puts a lot of efforts in this, like hand-drawing the role character, and handcrafting all the scenario in the domain. He even made that domain to last for exact 1 minute and 40 seconds. For real though, that is peak dedication there. Sukuna also got his shrine in his domain at this time. Let's pause a bit here, cause Tsei can actually made Malevolent Shrine looks very menacing. But here, he just tapered some random mouth on it and calls it a day absolute peak comedy. Like adding low gravity for Gojo, cause it's like the anime. Only to remove it right after due to exploiting. And Itadori used to have projectile. I don't understand why this doesn't make it to the final version though. And a lot more unused skills here. That last one was actually epic though, but this one is actually the most interesting one. That's right, it's a whole new character there, Nobara. Considering TZ is madly down bad for her, I mean you can literally see her everywhere around the map. It was in these times that we finally sees the first introduction of the old map. There's not much to say after this though, just fixing, optimizing, etc. Like finalizing Itadori skill set. My boy was actually given a knife to shank people. Gojo also got himself some good stuff. Like the blue finisher, which resemble his old blue. And the nuke. The game finally released in March 30th. There's no official announcement, so no one actually knows about this. But the game was indeed a great hit, because in just 3 days, the game got a whopping 2.1 million visits. The first major update of the game was in the 2nd of April, when the map was changed to the one we know today. One of the best map ever made in the entire Battleground games in Roblox up to date. The details and environment are all in peak quality. It was in this update that Parkour Jump was added into the game. A neat touch indeed. In April 7th, Z leaked the coming of World Dismantle. But since he's a troll, he straight up announced that he won't tell people how it's worked. He even added it in the game in secret as well, because you can't see it in the patch note. Luckily, people are smart. So it got found out really soon. And since then, it has become Sukuna iconic move, on par with the max nuke from Gojo. It is also in this day, 1 versus 1 ranked added in the game, for those pro players like me to become the best in this game. The trash can tech comes to Jujutsu Shenanigans, but there are more things you can throw, like a chair, a grave, even a fire extinguisher that would make a smoke screen. Maybe you can use that as a camouflage, I don't know. The next major update is the official release of Hikari, which is still one of the best renditions I've ever seen so far. And in the Discord group, Zay opened a poll for people to vote for the next character to come out as well, and Megumi won the vote. By having the least vote, the fuck. Wall bounce were also added in this update. This one single-handedly inspired people to start, makes parkour map for this. In the next following month, mostly about updating Megumi moveset. To make it short, Titsi added an entire zoo in his moveset. And in it, there's Mahoraga. Literally the best thing ever added into the game. But not without the sacrifice of his domain, though. That's right, he used to have a domain, makes everything black and scary. Tetsuya also added a new early access character, and that's none other than the despicable Mojito. Kinda flop though, cause Mahoraga exists.
Bruh.
The creation of Mahoraga straight up took 2 months. With his own moveset and its own special mechanic. He has 3 different modes: attack mode, defense mode, special mode. With each mode, his 4th skill is different and it changes his playstyle. For the attack mode, his 4th skill becomes a teleport that bitch slap your prey. For the special mode, his 4th skill becomes the world slash. You know, the one that divided Gojo in half. His defense mode makes his attack becomes a counter that negates damage and hit people. If you combine your attack with block, it becomes a parry that you can fling the entire hollow purple away. And with his official release in patch 1.28, other games have actually rushing to make their own version of Mahoraga, just so that they can stay relevant. Yes, I'm pointing the gun towards you sorcerers Battlegrounds. The last 2 months, development has been slowed down a bit, mostly just finishing Mojito, which people only cares about after Megumi is done with. At least his passive is real nice though, with the change to his dash and attack. Other than that, it's just some quality of life change. And that is the history of Jujutsu Shenanigans up to this point. At first, this game to me was weird. With a wanky gameplay mostly focused on being cursed and fun, but with TZ passion and efforts, along with great communication between him and his player base. The game has become a wonderful gem today, a game that is more suitable for enjoying with friends for some Jujutsu Shenanigans, rather than grinding your ass for the rank in TSB. And that's the end of the video. If I missed any details in the game development, do let me know down below. Remember to hit that like and sub boys, and see you in the next video.